to another show here at The Guardian, which is probably going to end up being changed. I feel like I need to change it. But anyways, this is now episode number 78. Whew. Boy, it's been a long time coming. We are almost at 80 episodes into this whole charade. And tonight, I am asking if Destiny 2 is dying. Oh my god. So, but before we get into all the good stuff, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Armalite, and I am your humble hunter main guardian, whatever you want to call me. And I am here to hopefully give you a good show tonight. Doesn't matter if you're sitting at home, hanging out with the loved ones, whoever that may be, or you could be at work, working that graveyard shift, putting in that work, put in that time, get that paper. I get it. Been there, done that. It sucks. But hey, now that you're here, hopefully this will be an enjoyable time for you. And before I really get into the show, allow me to shill for my channel just for a moment. For one, I do not have any sponsors. I'm doing this completely free. And all I ask is if you hit that like button for me, it helps the algorithm. And if you also like to subscribe, you want to be able to follow all of this, or if you are interested in possibly being a part of the show one day, by all means. I also have a Discord. The Discord link is in the description, so hopefully you'll find you might actually enjoy this and you might want to join in. So okay, no more shilling. Just do those things for me. I greatly appreciate it. First, it ain't a show without medallion. It's not really a medallion, but give me just a sec. Whew. All right, we're all set finally. Should have done that before the stream, but hey, you know, we all have our L's, I guess. So, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and just do the event. Let's go ahead and start it. And here we go. So if this is your first time here, like I said, I do have a Discord. This is basically how I do my shows. And it's pretty simple. I guess I could probably go in and pretty it up a little bit, but hey, you know, it is what it is. It's got everything that you need here. This is my radio section. This is for the radio chat. If anybody wants to come in and try to have a conversation. Let's see. I also have my clan in this whole thing as well. So that is a thing. But they do have their own special area where they can chill and hang out. So, but they also have access to the entire server as well. So I do have people in here, and those people are growing. So, but I also have an LFG for here if anybody wants to come in and try it out. So tonight we're going to be talking about, is Destiny 2 dying? Yes, that is kind of the main topic for this evening. And let's see if I can go back to where I was. Here we go. But first, let me go to my profile right quick. To actually, I guess, if it's still on here, yeah, it is. I can make my way. Oh, you dirty. Oh, that is so dirty. Ah, okay. So, let me just show you what it is I got going on here. Okay, let me reveal the secrets and put on this. Okay, so all of this started, right? One of the guys I follow on Twitter, which is an amazing place to be, but he put it out a photo or a screenshot of player count, like as of right now, showing, but it's only Steam, right? So you're only seeing Steam numbers, and I can actually get those very numbers for you. Luckily, I used it as my thumbnail, so let's see if I can find it here for a sec. Just go to my gallery. Okay, so by using it, I went ahead and I stole the screenshot. So basically it's talking about like when it was captured in the past like 24 hours on Steam was only 60,000 players. And then all-time peak in the past 7 days is 292,000. So the question was being brought up, is Destiny dying? The numbers are going down. We're going to get into that. And as you see here, the tweet is gone. It has been deleted for whatever reason. I'm sure I guess you can figure that out. So, but I did reply as asking, being just curious as to why there's such a strong focus on stream charts, not the overall player count across all platforms together. PC doesn't make up the majority player base in Destiny 2, which, to be honest, but like really, PC doesn't really make up, I don't even think half. Like most of it's actually console that makes up the majority. So, but one of my replies was basically saying that if it's happening in one place, it's happening everywhere else. Steam has always been a good barometer for Destiny, which maybe, sorta, it might actually be, but I'm not exactly convinced, because when you check out those metrics, and if you're low on content and you need to push out some kind of content because you built your entire channel or surrounding Destiny itself, and you see negative numbers, I guess it makes for good content. It gets the clicks, right? It gets the views. Do it for the views. But I wanted to come at this at a reasonable way, talking about how I feel like it would be much better to be able to see the entire picture, not just one little tiny piece. I feel like I was saying, it seems like cherry picking just so that it can fit someone's narrative, which like I said in this tweet, I could be wrong, just my point of view. So, and I got another reply saying the biggest reasons people use Steam to gauge game health is we can't see the exact numbers for all other platforms. For example, 40% of the player base is on Steam according to the warmind.io, and I would quit. I don't think that could be right. I'm not exactly sure, but let's just say it is. Well, just for argument's sake, we'll say PC makes up 40%. I know it's not half, and console makes up most of the player base. So, and in 24-hour peak, 60k players according to the Steam charts. So all platforms 20-hour peak is 150k. I guess doing some simple math, 40 is close to 50. So I guess you would just multiply the two and kind of come up with maybe your answer. Sure. And I think 150k. So by this reply by this person, so all platforms 24-hour peak is 150k. Okay, so it got me questioning, and I thought, okay, well, let's see what we can find here. And anybody is more than welcome to follow me. So I went somebody else. Let's see, who was it? Trials Report on Twitter, mocking about the whole Destiny dying. So this is like the past almost 2 years that shows the numbers, how they've dipped, came back up, dipped, came back up. So, but you're seeing a percentage, but it's like all over the place. It's not like a continuously down, right? So like, let's say for October, it was a 32.65% negative gain. And then, but the month before, we've had a 29% gain. And then the month before was a plus 24. And then it was a down 21, up 4. And that's if you're going backwards, right? So like in the last 30 days, it's actually showing 54,548.2. So showing a little bit more than what someone put in for like the past 7 days. No, it's about the same. Okay. Maybe a little bit lower, but it's still only a negative 8.62. So I was like, okay, so we're not seeing a consistent downcline. So that's the point of this photo here. Okay. You're not really exactly seeing this consistent downcline, more and more and more and more and more. It's just fluctuating up and down like you would normally see. And of course, it's the 3rd season in from the expansion, and people gotta make their doom and gloom posts on Twitter. So I decided to do my own research. So this is where I ended up, is MMO populations, and this is for the Destiny 2 player count. Shows Destiny 2 number 2, which is kind of funny because Destiny 2 being number 2 and their overall player, like the total amount of people that have downloaded or subscribed to Destiny 2 is 42 million, right? That's a lot. But it also shows right here, Destiny 2 is estimated to have 798,690. So that's a lot more than 160 thousand, what was estimated, and then you see this chart, which, to be honest, this is not the only game I've seen this chart in for Destiny 2 population daily, and this was for the past month, I would say 30 days, the last 30 days, yeah, because it was over the last month. Hang on a second, let me switch over to this, and then I'll go back. Okay, so we have that, and then we have these right here in the past 5-year breakdown. So what we're seeing here, and to be honest, I'm just wanting to try to make sense of what's going on. So we had this peak. Well, we've actually had a much higher peak up right here, about you know, the middle of last year, and it exceeded well over 1 million players. But it's been on, and then it had this steep ass decline, kind of went up a little bit, back down, way back up again, right around February, Witch Queen, and then you see this just awful down right after. But that's most likely because, you know, Witch Queen and whatever else that came out during Witch Queen, right? Because a lot of people are going to be like, all right, I'm going to play Witch Queen, and that's like they got their fill, they're going to move on. And then you see this go up again, and then it comes like this couple humps right here. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to be the trend, but it's as if like people are staying a little longer, and then it's just sloping back down, and then it goes back up, and then it starts going back down. Now if you look at this graph, it does show, okay, at this point it's showing like 399,000 people average ish, and it's a lot lower than way over here. But we also got to look at what's been going on in our world at the same time. So most of this happened in 2020 and 2021, at the beginning of 2021, and you're seeing a higher player count just because, you know, of what happened back in 2020. So so now you can see right here shows how many, like it shows subscribers, right? So it's however many people have like downloaded the game and subscribed to it and been playing. So this shows all the way back right now from early 2020, and we were like sitting at 25k or 25 million, I'm sorry, and ever since then it has risen consistently. Like maybe these 2 months here, maybe it's, you know, not all that great, but you're seeing this increase, right? So that's just people who downloaded the game. And then you come over here, and this is like player count, or active players. And as you look at it, the numbers are actually going up compared to what it was. I don't know how accurate this is, but I guess that could also be a really good barometer to check. Let's see what else. Okay, that was the end of that. Let's see. And everything is like doing some weird shit. Hang on. Sorry. Okay, so as of like right now, we're looking, and this is like data globally. And if I reading this correctly, this is the total player base. Like, all platforms, shows right here, all platforms. Xbox One, PC, PlayStation 4, web, Xbox Series S and X, or /X. So that's throughout the entire platform. So the actual ish number is just under 400k for the daily active players. Now I've seen one, it showed you like in real time of what it could be, and it's like, meh. It does show like, okay, well, there's like 1 million people playing. I don't know how accurate that is, so I'm not really kind of leaning towards that too much. So yeah, give me a sec. I need to do something real quick. Okay, let's pop this out. Want to be able to see if anybody chats. Come on now. All right, I'm just going to put you right there, and then we're going to go over here. We'll bring it back up. Okay. So anyways, there's that. And now it seems to be like, you know, the conversation is kind of really died down, I guess, is what you could say. But then I was curious, so I went ahead and came over here to YouTube and put, you know, Destiny 2 is dying. And I kind of wanted to see how this is perceived. So like, as of right now, let's say Lucky 10p right here puts on Destiny 2 isn't dead, but it's seriously declining. Player population issues. And Ascross says Destiny isn't dying. He actually puts out, you know, a video on that. Destiny 2 is in big trouble 1 day ago, which is from Caucus right here. And I think this is important because I'm gonna let it play out first real quick, and then okay, stop, go back, come here, and I'm just gonna let it play.
Hey guys, wanted to make an important correction here. So a couple days ago I posted a video where I said that right now had the lowest recorded player count for Destiny 2 in Steam history. I had seen this posted a bunch of places. I checked over the numbers, it appeared to be correct, but apparently it wasn't. The thing is, you have monthly average players, weekly average, daily average, you have peak daily players, lowest daily players, and then averages based on all of that stuff. And depending on what metrics you use, you're going to get a different result for the actual lowest player count ever. So I think saying that it's right now is unfair, not to mention, especially since it's only measuring Steam, you're missing out on console, and even Epic Games now just became a thing for Destiny 2. So moving forward, I'm going to change the thumbnail. I'm going to make a correction in the TWAB video, but I think in the video a lot of very important points were brought up, and if you look at the rhetoric and the feedback, most people agree that something needs to change in Destiny 2, but just wanted to let you guys know that.
I don't even know how that ended up looking for you guys. I didn't expect it to blow up my entire screen. So hopefully that turned out okay. But anyways, I'm just going to say this, okay? For the fact that people have been using Steam for this long, unless if Steam has come up with some kind of new metric on how they do things, or you know, of how accurate you can get into it, since people want to use Steam as a great barometer to kind of get a good idea of what's happening in Destiny, which to like it could be happening. We could be seeing the decline of Destiny 2 dying right now. I don't think that that's really the case, but who knows. But the fact that somebody like Caucus here is having to putting out a correction because he didn't know, which sure, but coming from somebody that, you know, I'm sure regularly checks his own metrics when it comes to his YouTube channel, sure, he knows how to operate Steam. And the fact that he was only showing a very small graph, and it's not just that it's from Steam. It's not my issue. The issue is that it's from just one section of the player base, right? So Steam, because I guess there's no legitimate way to actually calculate just for PlayStation or just for Xbox. Maybe there is, I just haven't found it yet. But at the same time, when you just cut it down to, it might as well just be like in the past hour, you're seeing like this huge ass decline throughout the day, or some, you know, 1 day metric, if you're able to minimize it to that point, and then try to make this whole thing out to, oh, well, Destiny's dying because the numbers are showing a decline. Well, you're only taking a very small percentage of what's going on. So, and I don't think that you're actually, you need to zoom out. Okay, so that's the only real issue, is when you only nitpick or cherry pick the information that suits the way you see fit. So anyways, there's that. And
Hey guys, wanted to make an important correction here.
okay, yeah, we got it. Okay. But anyways, back to the YouTube thing. Showing here how you see this pattern. Destiny is dying, not clickbait. That was 3 months ago. Let's see, is Destiny 2 a dead game? 1 month ago. A slow decay of Destiny 2 3 weeks ago. Why Destiny 2 losing players 3 weeks ago. So on, so forth. Go a little bit further. Then you start getting into, let's see, this one's my favorite right here. Destiny 2 is dying, an end-game discussion 5 years ago. So, and it's not even a question, it's actually like a full-on statement, right? So apparently a lot of people are thinking, oh, Destiny 2 is dying, and they've been saying it for a very long time. So like I said, it seems to be more like this whole doom and gloom, but maybe they're on to something. Who knows? I guess the conversation could be around not necessarily what the people are saying, because, you know, to be honest, if they feel like Destiny is in a decline and it's over and all that crap, okay, whatever. But I guess the conversation is also talking about what kind of changes could be brought to Destiny. What's up, Gabriel? Personally, I feel like Destiny is dying to an extent. Reason being is a lot of the items are just recycled junk they bring back rather than building off the community. So you're saying a lot of the things that I'm also saying about the whole recycled content, you know, or oh, what's another thing? People, I guess what people are really wanting is change, right? They're not satisfied with this pattern that Bungie is going in, right? When it comes to the expansions, you know, with the DLCs, and then you get into that seasonal content, which I think that they're going in the right direction, sort of, in my opinion, with as the seasonal content is progressing the story that leads up to the next story. The community voices a lot of their opinions, but rather working with the people, it does what it wants and throws the old stuff every season. Yeah, I mean, but maybe that's the effect of sunsetting, right? Maybe that's the reason why we're seeing like a lot of these other old weapons coming back. I mean, hell, they're talking about bringing forged weapons back, which is awesome. But at the same time, I can kind of see people's distraught about, you know, oh, this is just recycled content. Okay. Maybe it's their way of trying to reverse sunsetting, but they're having to trickle it all out versus just throwing it out all at the same time. I don't know. You know, it would help if somebody would ask that during one of their these bigger streamers that have podcasts and they have people from Bungie to be able maybe to answer those questions. I'm not sure. Okay. So let me... But like I was saying, I don't think... I mean, I guess you could also say when it comes to, let's go back here. When it comes to you're seeing this trajectory. Gabriel says, but one of the biggest things I personally believe is the issues is the community itself. I can agree with that. I feel like a lot of people say, well, Bungie is the only one that's they're the ones that are going to kill Destiny. It's like, I don't know. It seems like there's not enough conversation of what people want. I mean, let's just think about it this way. You're basically only getting, like, unless if you're on Twitter and you have like 6 accounts that you retweet and pretend like you're 6 other people and to try to be able to grow your voice or try to tell Bungie what it is that people want, or you're hearing from the you know, the old guard streamers. You know, you're really only hearing from their side, which sure, collectively they kind of speak for their own individual communities, but I feel like the communities kind of clash against each other. Like there's no real like one place that somebody can come where you can have differing opinions and hopefully be able to bring everybody together and we could try to get on the same track. Gabriel also says the toxicity within the community is very discouraging for many new people trying to learn. If you haven't been playing for a year or more, people don't want anything to do with you. True. I mean, there are those people out there. From the stories I've heard from, you know, building clans, you know, for the game. I mean, you're seeing a lot of people that are, you know, they've had to deal with some real toxicity out there. All right, I'm going to switch over to my Discord. And yes, I do have a Discord. The link is in the description if you would be interested in joining that. Maybe that could be a lot of fun for you. For well-experienced players and teacher, and having the ability to speak with many new people, I feel like the community has a big part in change. Yes, because Bungie is going off that feedback. So are we seeing like Bungie doing what it is that the community wants? Oh, you're in the Discord. Okay. Well, that's for if anybody else is watching then. Hell yeah. But anyways, I mean, I don't know. The one under the side. Hey, what's good, boy? What's happening? Hell yeah. Welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you enjoy your stay. All right, let me get this. There we go. Okay. Okay, so anyways, and I hope that you don't mind if the stream is showing or your Discord happens to be showing on my stream. So I really hope. If it bothers you, I'll fix it. But no, not at all, man. Okay, cool. Thank you. So anyways, I'm kind of trying to not gonna hurt my feelings. Hell yeah. So anyways, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I feel like it could be a mixture of, you know, there are certain people out there that are going to be doing this whole doom and gloom when it comes to, you know, to Destiny, and because it's good for metrics, it's good for clickbait, especially if you're out there, you know, making content based on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of looking at this as it's maybe it's just because there's a lot of people out there that are just out of content to do because they love Destiny and they really want to have a chance to enjoy the game. But I don't know. I really don't know what it is. But I think going to the public and doing this kind of format where we can maybe even have conversations about the game could actually be very beneficial, to actually have these conversations instead of these drive-by it gets said this and then it just disappears into the like a fart in the wind, you know. And I feel like, you know, we can actually maybe even continue on a conversation. So, but who knows? I mean, a lot of these things happen, and then in a few more weeks, when the next expansion comes, you know, we're going to start seeing hype again. And we're also, once Lightfall gets here, because I know a lot of people are just really eager for Lightfall. You know, people kind of get burned out. And this is one of the things I really want to push for folks is, hey, you need to, you know, take a break. You know, once you get to a certain point in the season, it's okay to take a break. Now, that's going for the average, you know, just normal everyday players, casuals, whatever. It's cool to go ahead and take a break. And then when, like, I understand we just had the season, and so you can come in and check it out. Gabriel says another issue is the story ends a lot quicker than the older seasons. For instance, the story for Season of the Plunder ended within 4 to 5 weeks, and that was it. I feel like they need to include more. I feel like Season of the Plunder, it didn't fit the narrative like the previous seasons, right? I don't feel like, I feel like Bungie went a weird direction when it comes. Maybe it's just part of the lore and story I'm not familiar with, but I felt like this did not speak the way it did in the previous seasons. Like, it wasn't the progression up to the next one. Gabriel says definitely not feel like it was just a filler. Yes, I feel like Season of the Plunder was definitely a filler. Now that's just my perspective, but maybe the next season, maybe it'll get back on track. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have anything really specific to, but I really liked how they were, especially before Witch Queen, you know, how they were doing the seasons that built up, You know, the first 4 seasons we got, it was like, you know, you had the Forge and Opulence and all those. And then, you know, even after Beyond Light, the seasons still kept telling the story. And then after Witch Queen, it felt like it was still going, but this one just kind of, it, like you said, Gabriel, it felt like basically just a filler. It was a filler season and it sucks. But I mean, I like the theme, but I really enjoyed the whole moving in that direction with continuing a story to build up to the next story. Now, maybe, like I said, maybe there's a big grand scheme to this whole thing later on, you know, in the next season. Maybe it will all make sense, who knows. But I just it didn't feel like it hit the same way. Just having some constructive criticism there. But yeah, hopefully maybe next season, and we can, maybe they'll get the, I think I did see something about Bungie. I think it was in one of the TWABs, them discussing something about that also. Gabriel, definitely, I really enjoy the story aspect of Destiny, but this season just hit differently and not in a good way. I feel like, I think you and I are both on the same page. I feel the same way. I'm sure there's tons of people that feel the exact same way as you. But I mean, what can you do? I guess that's kind of one of the downfalls when you know, at the beginning, before, like, you know, how I did for Lightfall, you know, I just went in and paid the $100. Yeah, I'm taking the chance of, well, one season might be a dud, you know, but I mean, majority of the other seasons were actually pretty cool, you know, especially with having the updates to, you know, all the light subclasses, you know. Now I feel like Stasis needs to be, you know, needs a little bit of loving, but to kind of, because I feel like it's kind of falling a little bit behind when it comes to, like, I guess the aspects and fragments are okay, but it would be nice to add maybe different type of grenades and stuff like that when it comes to Stasis, but who knows. Let's see. So there was one more thing. Plus, I feel like I find it real kind of funny, you know. There's almost like this divide. I guess there's this whole thing about oh, who was it? Oh, I guess somebody got caught playing with some people. Somebody that works at at Bungie. They're talking like, oh my god, people just cause issues with just about anything. Oh yeah, Bungie dev playing trials with 2 skilled PvP players evading the flawless pull and getting them to the lighthouse, and like that kind of stuff. I don't know. I guess it does bring issue to, like, okay, well, if you're having that kind of issues in trials, maybe, you know, maybe there's something wrong, right? Gabriel says Stasis has a lot of potential. It's one of the top used classes for Warlock GMs. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Especially with the Warlocks. Maybe it's just the Hunters that need a little bit of love, but everybody hates Hunters for some reason, because, you know, you can't be the master race without, you know, experiencing a little bit of hate and a little fire. It's all right. We can take it. All of us in our fluffy selves. Oh man. Okay, so basically that's kind of the gist of it, you know, when it comes to, you know, player count. You know, I really don't focus in on that normally, because I understand that it's like waves in the ocean. You know, hell, I even looked up. Here, let me show you this. I thought this was nuts. I'm sure there was a complete really good reason for it, but I went to World of Warcraft, right? And I went to like their 5-year breakdown. They literally, like, on March of 2022, they had like 0 players. Now they've had a hell of a decline. Now they are like still up in the like 2-3 millions, you know, way above, but that's like the #1 MMO when it comes. All right, I don't even have it showing yet here. So this is like World of Warcraft, you know, like right here it dropped to 0. I don't know if that was because it was like a downtime for that day. I don't know, but you know, they've also seen their little bit of a decline. And if you go to Final Fantasy 14, I see that getting compared a lot. Let's see, I guess that's the reason why they're number 2, because Final Fantasy 14 doesn't have as many total players as Destiny 2, but they do have a much higher daily player count. But yeah, like, I mean, theirs is kind of going more up an uptrend, but it's starting to kind of mellow down. But I'm sure that was because of their Realm Reborn expansion. But yeah, I don't know if maybe it's just a video game thing. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. So where we at on? Okay. So anyways, I didn't want to, I don't know if anybody else that's here would like to, you know, give any other extra opinions. That's basically all I got for the night. Figure I'd get on here and start my Monday off right, you know, or at least the week off right, you know, getting back into this, you know, nightly thing for everybody. And hopefully you enjoy your stay, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. You know, my goal right now is try to get to 100 subscribers. That would be freaking awesome. I'm able to do posts now for my channel, which is freaking amazing. I really want to kind of start doing that more often when it comes to YouTube. I really don't know how well that does, but I figure it's a good way to, I guess, engage with my subscribers. But anyways, you know, try to get to 100 subs. Be awesome, you know, be a really good milestone. I don't know, maybe I'll think of something that we could do for that's, you know, special, I guess. But and to be honest, this is you know, don't take me as an authority. You know, I'm not an authority on the game. I'm no different than any of you that watches this in the past broadcasts or, you know, during the live shows. You know, I enjoy playing the game. It's the one game that's held my attention all this time, and I really do enjoy it. And you know, and I feel like I just don't feel like the amount of people that have opinions are able to express those opinions. That's the reason why I decided to do the whole call-ins with my Discord, which, you know, right now you're not seeing that a whole lot yet, but eventually we'll get there. And, you know, we'll start having regular call-ins so you can actually hear everybody's, you know, point of views, opinions, and really continue on the conversation. Because a lot of the things that gets discussed, like, you see, like, if you just focus on Twitter is not a really good place to have debates or discussions. You know, it really isn't. And I feel like this is a much better way of doing it. So, and that's the reason why I started this channel. And also, you know, whatever else it may come to pass later on down the road. So anyways, if anybody else ain't got nothing to add, I had the poll up. Let's see what's the results of the polls. Got 1 vote, and so it's at 100% yes. So Destiny 2 is possibly dying. I really don't think it's dying, but I think it's you know, maybe we got some Gabriel says gonna head out. My friend, it was great chatting. Keep up the work. Hell yeah, thanks man, I really appreciate that if you're still here. But anyways, besides that, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I do appreciate your time, and like I said, do hit the sub button for me, and let's get to that 100. Let's get to that 100 subs, and I'll be sure to keep on rolling with this with these streams, and we can really get somewhere with this. Most likely the name of the channel might change, so that's probably gonna hurt, but when it comes to like the algorithm and all that good stuff, but hey, you know, it's for a good reason. Got some names that I've thought out, but I'm actually taking my time and actually, you know, trying to process it before. But anyways, that being said, I'm gonna get the hell out of here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening or your day or wherever you are in the world. And until I see you Guardians again, y'all keep it classic.